Yeti and the Yurt. The yak was tired. All day across the plain he'd carried bag and baggage for the troop. But now the yurt was pitched, and all the men were there inside, a warm and merry group. Outside the rain was falling in a flood. The yak stood glumly in the streaming wet. His grazing grass was churned up into mud. His doleful gaze upon the yurt was set, for yaks like company. They hate to be alone, particularly cold and damp. He longed to go inside himself, to join with all the other members of the camp. A futile hope. The yak is far too large. A yurt is built for people and their ilk. The yak, they think, is just to be in charge of carting loads and giving fur and milk. Above the camp the mountains rose around. The yak gazed gloomily up at the snow. Then all at once he heard a curious sound, a snuffly, snorty sniffle, soft and low. He shuffled round the yurt, and there he found, crouched furtively to listen at the door, a wet and woeful heap upon the ground, a creature he had never seen before. A yak is big, as we have just observed, nor is a yak a timid beast at all. But when the monster's knees and back uncurved, he was a quite alarming 10 feet tall. The yak was stunned. He realized that there rose before his eyes a beast till now unseen. Only gigantic footprints in the snows had showed where those enormous feet had been. Abominable Snowman, he was named, or Yeti to his friends, but these were few. For those who tracked those prints of fearful fame would hardly ever follow more than 2. And yet he sniffled, snuffled, drooped, and seemed to be more cause of pity than of fear. His voice was soft and mournful, and there gleamed within his gentle eye a single tear.
It's so unfair.
The Yeti shook his head.
I listen to them talk, and all they know, quite unaware how my true life is led, is just that I leave footprints in the snow. But I am the Himalayan bard, the poet of the peak. I pour out sonnets to the trees. My compositions speak of moonlit mountains, frozen lakes, where magic sunsets glow, and where, inspired, transported, I leave footprints in the snow. I write in every metre, or none, my poems full of tragedy and fun. In thrilling epic verses I can carry you away. I can make you see the mountain leopard with her cubs at play. I can make you hear the mountain torrent roaring through the stones. I can stir your soul with elegies on strange and ancient bones. I can sweep you to the sheltered vale where fragile flowers grow, where wandering ecstatic I leave footprints in the snow. Abominable snowman, no man should be so perverse. As for Yeti, that's just petty, if not something worse. A poet I of earth and sky, from cloud to rock below, and they believe all I achieve is footprints in the snow? So farewell to the mountains, I've had enough of some who wouldn't know a poem if it bit them on the bum. Please, gentle yak, I beg you, let me stay and travel with you as you come and go across the plains. There's more to life, I say, than diligently stamping in the snow.
You would have seen a very curious sight next day had you been there upon the plain. 2 ill-assorted figures, one of height extraordinary, who headed up the train of beasts and men. The tall one skipped and sang, declaiming verse to rivers clear as glass, quite overjoyed that though he danced and sprang, he hardly left a footprint in the grass. The yak, with his new friendship well content, now found his load much lighter than before. The people followed where the two beasts went, quite overwhelmed by everything they saw. No mention now of footprints in the snow. The Yeti danced till both his back feet hurt, and then with pride, with happy steps, if slow, the yak bore both the Yeti and the Yurt.